we got the lighting, we got the lipstick, we got Tiny Pedro. He's watching this episode with me now. We're gonna talk about episode. Fuck, I forgot. Because now it's on a different one. I just finished that one because I wanted to make sure I watched it, and I forgot. This is now we're in season 12, and I don't want to talk about that yet. I'm mentally, I'm still back in season 11. Hold on. All right, so episode 22, We Happy Few, is the first time in millennia that Lucifer, who's still in the cast by the way, has a face to face with his father, God, Chuck. Right? So he's also pissed. Everybody's pissed at God. Everybody, because he hadn't shown up. He dipped. He's like the deadbeat dad. You know what I mean? I think even Lucifer calls him that. And that's another situation where he's like, "Where were you? Why did you do this to me?" You see, Lucifer was the original holder of the mark of Cain. Now, the mark of Cain, I won't go into all of it, but now Amara carries it in order to keep her locked in the darkness. But somebody has to take that mark, the mark of Cain, which originally Lucifer held, and then it ended up going down to Cain. Uh, uh, um, and it made Dean held it for a little bit, and that's what made him. He went a little psycho with it. He couldn't handle it because the mark of Cain also makes you like an angry killing machine. And Lucifer did not do well with it. Let's just say he was not responsible with this mark, and it's got to go to somebody who is responsible. And God mentions that that's one of the reasons that he locked Lucifer up was because Lucifer couldn't handle the mark of Cain that he gave him. He didn't do well with it, and God felt a little disappointed in himself because he'd allowed, and I know this feeling, he'd allowed somebody else who couldn't handle the responsibility hold on to the responsibility, and they disappointed him. But rather than stand up and say something about it, God dipped and locked him up, locked up Lucifer. Well, whoa, Sam, what are you doing? This is a different episode. I've had this dream. Anyway, uh, I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, so they've got to figure something out because they've got to stop tomorrow. So they're all going to work together. We'll get Lucifer. We're going to get all hell's demons. We're going to get all, well, Crowley takes care of all the demons because he's the king of hell. God, Sam. Uh, yeah, Rowena's got all of her witches. Crowley's got all the demons. They got all the angels in heaven. They got everybody on board to fight this one powerful woman. Because it takes all of them to stop this one powerful woman who just wants to talk. It's really, she just she just wanted to talk because she just wanted to be herself. Nobody would let her, so she went ape shit. And it took this many forces to try to stop her. Okay, so they get everybody together, and they finally lure Mara to the place and tell her she's going to meet up with her brother for the first time, to meet up with God and finally talk to him because she wants to let him have it and know how he made her feel. When she gets there, everybody attacks her all at once. Heaven's angels, Crowley's demons, Lena's witches, Lucifer, Sam, and everybody's got a part, and they all attack her at once. And it hurts her, but it doesn't stop her. It just pisses her off. This is when she finally gets a hold of God. She screams, "Brother, I loved you. Why did you do this to me? I loved you. You betrayed me." And he gives some sappy ass excuse about why it was perfectly reasonable to do it. And it wasn't good enough. It wasn't a good enough answer for her. And she about Denise, I can't remember what he said, but she starts to soften a little, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then that's when I think, was it somebody's after her, and that did it, pissed her off. And she zaps God. Zaps him down to like 10% strength. And what happens when one of them is weakened, either Amara or God, because you have to have both of them to exist, right? The duality, light and dark, you have to have it in order for there to be a balance in the universe. Amara is the darkness, God is the light. So if one of them dies, then that's the end of the universe. It's the end of civilization. It's the end of everything because they have to both exist, which is why he locked her up for eternity rather than, kill her because they both have to exist in order for all of this to exist. She carries the mark of Cain also, so they decide they're going to give that mark to Sam because he's probably the most responsible because he's a little less of a threat of turning into a killing machine than everybody else. So he tries to transfer the mark, and that's when all hell breaks loose and she fucks him up. And so now God is at half mast and Mara dips. When this happens, everything starts to fade. The sun starts to, well, fade out. When the sun starts to fade out, that means everything on Earth dies. So everybody who tried to fight her is sitting there, basically, you know, disappointed and waiting for the end of the world to occur. They have one last chance to stop her, though, and they figure out that if they get a bunch of souls, because that's one of Amara's favorite things to do is she sucks souls out of people. Too, like she seduces them into getting into her orbit, and then she sucks their soul out for herself. I'm not sure what it does for her. It's probably like cocaine or something. You know what I mean? It's probably a buzz. I don't know which buzz it would be. I figured probably MDMA. Anyway, so she's sucking souls and taking names, and I figured the only way to stop her is make a bomb with a bunch of souls in it, and Dean has to become a human bomb. Basically, he has to internalize all the souls and then trick her into coming into his orbit because she likes Dean. She got the she got the she got the quivers, the vapors for Dean. And he's got the vapors for her too. I mean, you can't deny the chemistry. It's a beautiful thing. So they go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and they capture a bunch of souls. And then Billy the Reaper, she's got a bunch of souls to give them. So they make a bomb, and they make Dean a bomb. And Dean decides he's going to meet up with her, and they got one last chance to destroy her and save the world. So he goes in to talk to her, and she's in this garden, and she's looking at all the flowers, and she talks to this woman. This woman says something poignant to her, and she gets to thinking. And then Dean walks in, and her and Dean have a conversation about God's creation and how beautiful it really is, and that she doesn't want to destroy it. She just wants a relationship with her brother. And Dean talks about how family is important, and that the only thing that matters to him is the love of his family and his own brother, so he understands. And he tries to talk some reason into her, and they decide to not destroy everything and meet up with Chuck. And then her and Chuck have a conversation, and she tells him what an amazing Um, what an amazing creation he's come up with. And that she's very fond of it. And she doesn't want to hurt him. And she doesn't want to hurt his you know, creation, which is humanity and the earth. And they decided that they are gonna coexist together, and be friends, and try to have a relationship. And she restores the balance, and she heals him, and Earth once again is saved by the Winchesters and a girl. And it's actually quite beautiful. The speeches there at the end, and they both go off to their separate places. They remain respectful of each other and each other's creation, or in Mars case, destruction. And I guess they go eat souls, and then we're on to season 12. And guess what? Season 12 contains one of my all-time, I think, my favorite episode, and we'll get to that. But right now, we're going to relish in God's creation, and it was good. All right, love you. Bye. Oh, and I forgot the best part. Before before Amara leaves, she asks Dean. She wants to give Dean a gift because Dean gave her back a relationship with her brother. She knows that Dean has one thing that he loves. He loved more than anything in the world. So she wants to give him a little gift. And guess what the gift is? It's his mom back. Mary comes back. Now on season 12.